Uh, Welcome to the third video part of this tutorial. In this video you will learn how to download CMIP data using Python for a single model. In the next two videos I will show this for like a single model ensemble, like multiple realization of a model, and then I will show this for like if you have many models, like how to handle your workflow. So the outline, first we will review the file name template, and then I will show like two examples, one like how to download data with a simulation for 1 year data per file, like, and then I will show an example for download data with dynamic time ranges. So it's like your file names is not like 1 year, like if they're 5 years, 10 years, 20 year, like how can you handle this different file ranges. And then like I will present the links for some useful resources. So the file name template, we already went through this in the previous video, where like you have your file name, your variable ID. So your variable ID here, this is ZOSC surface height above GUID. The table, for example, here this is ocean monthly. The source ID is the name of your model, so you have different. And the experiment, this is the historical 1950. The member ID, like the ensemble member, like member of your ensemble. And here is some information about your grid. So this is like native grid, for example, this is regraded data. And what's the most important part here is this time range. So the time range, for example, for this file, this time range is not the simulation period. So like this like historical 1950, this simulation period is from 1950 to 2014. But this time range, this is the time range of how this modeling group for this particular model and this particular simulation stored the data or output the data for this ZOS. So here, for example, this is a 1 year data from 1990. So this for this year, and it's like a 55 megabyte. For this simulation, it's from 1990 to 1994 December. So this is like a 5 year data per file. So each 5 years they output them in one file. And so here this would be like you see like there's a difference in size, because this is like a high resolution simulation while this is like standard resolution simulation. You see the difference in size and so on and so forth. So for example, this is a very high resolution one. So you see they store their data 3 months by 3 months, and like for 3 months data is only 2600 mega. For example, for this modeling group and for this simulation, they just store everything, the whole simulation, just in one file. So this is from 1950 to 2000, January 1950. So here like you'll find like data January 1950, February 1950, March 1950, so on and so forth until 2014 December. Because again, this is like you see here, this is ocean, it's a monthly data. So each data set inside this file is like would be a monthly average. See this, for example, this modeling group, they store their data 10 year by 10 year, but you see here they start counting from 1 instead of 0. So I will show you like how you can generate a code that's like general, that can handle like whether you have like 1 year data, 5 year data, 10 year data for the whole simulation. And even if you have like some data where like 3 months by 3 months or 2 months by 2 months or whatever, then I will show you how to handle this. So you will see this in this tutorial. So let's go to the to our tutorial. So the first part is like we search for the data that we want to download. So we know our variables that we are interested in, that ZOS. And let's see, like for example, we are interested in historical 1950, the historical simulation 1950, which should be somewhere here. Yeah, here. Okay, so let's see, and we can display like 100 of them. Let's see how many do we have. for how many simulation for like high resolution MIP experiments. So like if we look here at the activities, that would be the high resolution MIP, and this for this activity we are looking for this 1950 experiment. You'll find like 20 of them. We can this is the source, this is the number of models. So some model has like 3 realizations, some model have 6 realizations. So let's look for this one, for example. So this is, so this was model, this is with the standard resolution, and this is the high resolution, because for the high resolution MIP, they run also for the standard resolution for comparison, to compare standard resolution and the high resolution. For this standard resolution, they had 3 realization. We look at them. Let's just filter our data to, okay, so here like you see this realization, and from this total number of files I can tell how this data is stored. So that would be like year by year. So for each year, like starting from 1950, so if we list the file, you click here, you list the files. This is the first file, so this is for year 1950 from January to December. And this 1951, 1952, so on and so forth. If you want to download this data directly, you can download it directly from here. So if you click here, you should be able to download the data. Okay, so now like I clicked here, it's not downloading. That's probably because this node, so wherever this data, so you have this is the node where I'm downloading from, like ESGF data 3 is probably not working, and that's why it's not downloaded. But that's fine, because even if like one node is not working, I mean there are replica in some other node which I will show you right now. This one way to download from here. Another is like you can use Glopus download, and the ESGF website, they provide like a tutorial on how to use Glopus to download this data. But I will like, the objective of this tutorial is to show you how to do this with Python, because with Python, once you develop a code, you will have like more autonomy, like if you want to just download data for 1 year, 2 year, 10 year, whatever data you are interested in. So now, like this is not downloading because probably this node is down, so that should be okay, because we can check for other nodes and see. So see, this data is available in these 2 nodes. This is the one which we tried before. Yeah, see, it's not working. Let's check this one. Hopefully it should be working. Yeah, so you see this one is working, and I was able to download the file. But now I mean, I don't, like these are 65 files like for this simulation. I don't want to click them one by one. So I just want to make a code, Python code, that will like loop through the 65 file and download them. So I copy and paste this. So I open my Python. Like in this tutorial, we'll be using Jupyter Lab. How to create this shortcut to Jupyter Lab. I showed this in the previous one of the previous tutorials about installing Python. So basically, like you can launch Jupyter Lab either from Anaconda, like you go to Anaconda Navigator and then click on Jupyter Lab, and then you will be able to launch it from there. Or you can see like one of the previous video how like to create like a shortcut in your taskbar or on your desktop, and then you click on this shortcut, and from this shortcut you should be able to launch your Jupyter Lab. So now it's launching. It has like, seems it's working. So now it should start in the browser. So Jupyter Lab is nice because it's like you have like a web development environment, which is easy and easy to use. Yeah. So now like the Jupyter Lab is launching. And for this tutorial, we will like need to until this launch, I will show you here. We need to get this wget. This wget, this is where a package that you would need to download like a file from like a website, from URL address. If you have like from a server, if you have a URL address, then you can use this package to download files. So you need to install this file. So you can copy here and how to install it. Like you go to Anaconda prompt here. It's simple, and then you just like click pip install wget and you click enter. It should install it. Like for me it is not gonna install it because it's already installed, so it should tell you something that this is already installed. But like, yeah, you will need this wget package. So we have requirement already satisfied, so I already had this installed somewhere here, so I don't need to reinstall it again, but you would need to do this. Okay, this is still launching. The loading screen is taking a long time. Okay, now it is there. Okay, let's go to this tutorial. We can restart the kernel and start from the beginning. So this is a tutorial, like the examples that I will be going with in like this video. So this example number one, we will like for okay, this data is not available. For this data that we find here for like this model, like the EC3P historical 1950, which has 65 file, we will like make a code to download all of them. So we will like need to this packages. This package basically, this package is to create like a directory where I will be downloading this file to in case it doesn't exist. Panda, we're not gonna. I think we're not gonna use this in this example. Like, but in later example, we will use this. This is a wget. This is a package to retrieve content from a web server, and time. This is like timer if you want to count like a timer for your download. See how many minutes or seconds it takes to download. So yeah, the objective of this video mainly is like for the student like to learn Python. So it's like a kind of an introduction to Python. In case you didn't use it before, so you will learn how to like get the data source, like the information of the node and where you will be downloading the file from, and like how to make directory if it doesn't exist, and how to like loop through different time range to download like all the number of files that you need, and how to pass a variable to a string, and how to download data using this wget. Okay, so these are like the objective of this tutorial. So you can start here from the beginning, so you can get the download information. We copy this one. Okay, so like you see here, this has basically three main informations that we need. This is the node, where this is like the node where the data is, and this is like someone that's working. Okay, this is like my directory where this node, this is like the path, the directory where this data is. Okay, so the directory again, like if you don't know like about this name, you can check the previous video and it will explain to you. This is the MIP era, this is the activities, this is the modeling group, this is the models, this is the experiments, this is the ensemble member numbers, this is the table IDs, this is the variables, this is something about the grid, and this is the version where this data was created or uploaded. Okay, and you can check details about this in previous videos. The file here, this is the files that I'm interested in downloading. Okay, so basically these are where I'll be downloading from. Where I'll be downloading this to, I want to put this in my Windows subsystem for Linux partition. So okay, let's copy this here. Okay, we can keep this file. Okay, so again, this is a node, this is a directory. Like I want to download this to the Windows subsystem for Linux partition, because later on I will be doing some operations on this using some Linux toolboxes. So here, where do I want to put this? I want to create like in this directory EC3P historical 1950. So basically, this package that I called here. This will make this directory like so. All like if this child directory or any of the parent directory or any of this path doesn't exist, it will just create them in a row. So you will need here like make if parents is true, then create them. There doesn't exist, so this is a function you will need to create this directory. Then now I need to so this is where I'm downloading from, this is where I'm downloading to, and this is the file name, and here like we need to do this wget function. Okay, so the wget function, it basically says here, so this to download the file. So here for this package you say wget download from, so download from, this is so this is like the node, then plus the directory, I put the directory here, and plus the file. Okay, and download to, that would be the path, like here where I want my file to be stored, plus the file name. So I want it to be stored with this file name. I can print this, like if I want to print this to the screen to see where I'm downloading from and to. Case I don't know how this will be. Download to. Okay. Then click download. Oops, it's not working. Oh, because this path is not defined yet, because I have to load this first. So now this loaded should be working now. Okay, so here this is the file that I'm downloading. If you click here, it will also download. This is where I'm downloading to, and this is size, and here again see like this is the name, this is how it was saved, because it already exists, so it give it like a name one. It like kept the old file and created like this new file. So this is here, like you see, we need now to loop through this one, because like you see this file here, that is just like for one file, but we have many of them, so we can like for year in range, let's see, like for example I want to download this from 1990, okay, to 1994, to the end of 1994, so you have to be here 1995, then you have to put like this semicolon, and you have to indent this, and here what I will come here, I will like put this would be like the variables that I want to pass, like the year. So this would be like what will happen here, so it will loop from 1990 to 1994 for okay, and you put like dot format, and you put the year here is I need like this is like an integer, I need to convert this to a string, and I put my year. So basically like this quote here means that like take this variable in the format, so it will like so this would be like this one will take the first one, and like this one will take the second one, and the second one will be the same, because it's just each file has 1 year. So each file has 1 year, so it would be the same. So and now I indent this, so I indent this, you capital control, and you press this bracket like here, this one, this is the one, control, and this one plus this one, this bracket. Okay, and here also you want to do this control and this bracket and control and this bracket. So now this loop, it should be able to like download 1990, 1991, 1992, 93 and 94. Okay, so let's okay, format, this should be format, so it's a typo here. Okay, so you see here now it's like downloading the first one. Now is going to the second one. Something I think there is something yeah. So yeah, so you see here it is you see here like what happened here when like these two are joined, like it's not like in a new line. So maybe like after you download you can like right here like print, for example, and you make like a new line. Okay, so make a new line. Okay, let's do this again. So now I'm downloading the first one. Okay, now it's starting in a new line, so you have to put like a new line. Now I'm so now it would be like downloading the data that I'm interested in. So this is, yeah, this is this file, and you can add a timer, like if you want to see like how long does this take to download, so you can like add a timer. So let's do this timer here, for example. We copy this one. Okay, now it has all of them. Let's just do this for 1 year. Okay, so we'll do this for year 1990, and maybe two years. Okay. So basically, timer like it's just still it here like start the timer, and here this is like see like the delta time and print it to screen. And here like you see here when I'm like, so basically this format will pass like this delta time to here, and I'm putting dot one float because like the timer I don't want like one, like let's do it without this one, then I will show you the difference. So we control X. So for example, if I run this code, so not, it's taking time, so you see like I run it, it's let's do it again. Why is it taking time here? So it should be running now, like let's wait to see. But basically something is going on because like when this has this asterisk, this means that it should be running. But yeah, like you see here now, it is running. Sometimes like when it takes time like this, either, but mm, okay, it is okay now. It is working. So you see, like I got like the first one. Okay, so you see the time here. It's printing like 6 second point. All this like decimal point. I don't need all this decimal points, so I can just like print like maybe. So you see here like point dot float, like no, don't print any decimal points. So you just so if, like so here, so I'm downloading the first file and see, okay, 5 seconds, and this one maybe 5 or 6 seconds also, another 5 seconds. Okay, so this is like this example here. So in this example, this is what you learned. You learn how to get this information data, like the information of the files that you want to download from ESGF, like this information, which node, which directory, and like the file, like the time range of this file. You learn it how to make directly if it doesn't exist with this pass function. You learn how to do like a for loop and pass variable to a string. So you have like string here and you pass like this year to this string with this bracket. And again here, like this is another example, you are passing like this float number And you even here learned how, if you don't want all this leading zero, how you can just show on screen what you want, like on float, like number of floating points that you, decimal points in your float numbers that you want to show. Okay, so and you will learn how to use wget to specify where you want download from and where you want to download to. But this example is kind of like specific because it's like doing it year by year. But in other example, like as I've shown you, maybe this data is not stored year by year. This data is stored like 5 year by 5 year, or 10 year by 10 year, or for the whole simulation period, or even like 3 months period in each year. So, and here how to do this would be like this second example. Like if you want to do this with a dynamic range, so with a dynamic range, like, okay, I'm showing it like for here. I'm not gonna go through like this example in detail. This code will be available over GitHub, and you can, I will just explain it now, and then you can practice it in your own. You can download it from GitHub and practice it in your own. So this is the same thing like download from, download to. This model is a model where the data is stored like 3 months by 3 months. So basically here in this, let's put like a year step 1. I put like a month flag here. So basically this will make the code very general, because now I will be looping not only through the year but through the month. So here, like if I have like these modeling groups that store like from like January to December, or if they have like from January to March, from April to June, and so on and so forth. So basically here, and then you select the flag for this model that you are interested in. So this model, for example, the head gem, I know that they store like this model like in following this format. So I put like the monthly flag here, for example, 1. And then the year step, like I want to, so basically I will first loop over these 4 periods, then I will loop through the year. So here this is like the looping through the year. Let's start from 1990, for example. So I loop from 1990 to, let's do 2 years. So 1992. And this is the year step, like how many step, like increment, like how do I want to increment my year. And then now I want to pass the month also. So remember here, this is the year and this is the month. This is the year, like, let me write this down here, for example, so that you can see it. So this should be something like this. It should be here, for example, 1990-01, and this should be 1990-03. So that's like from January to March. And now here, like I want to pass the year, okay? And I want to, and again now, like this time step, like this year, like the first year and second year is not going to be the same anymore, because maybe some of these files, as I said, they have a 5-year increment or a 10-year increment. So this will, like year 2 here, this would depend on like the year steps that I'm taking. In that case, they will be the same because the year step is 1. And then I pass here the first month, like January, and I pass here the second month, which is this March. So first I loop through the months. And so how to do this, like you have 2 lists that you are looping through. So you are, this is like your first variable and your second variable, and you want to loop through these 2 lists. So how to do this? You do zip. So you do zip and you add like, this is the 2 lists that you are looping to. Okay, and now you can run this thing to see if this is what I'm getting. I'm not downloading, I'm just printing the file name. So is this what I want? Yes, so I'm getting here from 1990, from January to March, from April to June, and so on and so forth until the end of the year. Then I go to the next year, 1991. For example, okay, so this is just an example for this. Let's say there's like E3SM, for example, they store their data 5 year by 5 year. So we go to the year step is 5. The monthly flag would be 1 because it starts from January and end at December. And let's do this until like the end of it. Like my last, we know that the last simulation is December 1914, so we put here like 1915, and if we run this one, yeah, so you see as expected here, this is like for each 5 year, and you get like your for 5 year period from January to like December. Let's say if it is a 10-year period, like if we have a 10-year period, I will show you here. So, you know, as you are expecting, so you get like here, this is your first 10 year from 1990 to 1999 December and 2000 to 2009. And you see here, this is the last one. The last one, it should be from 2010 to 2019 December, but but we know that this experiment end at 2014 December 2014, so we have to account for this. So basically, like year 2 here, basically like how to get like this year 2, like how do we get like this year 2 is like year 1 plus my time step minus 1. So this is like this is a 1990, okay, plus the year step, time step, which is 10, minus 1, so I'll get 1999 here. But I'm telling here, this is a special case. If year 2, like if I added this and it's larger than 2014, because I know that my experiment end here, then make this 2014. And then thus you see here, like this one, and at 2014, regardless of, like, if, let's say if this is like 20 time step, so you will get like your first time step is here. This one wouldn't end in like after 20 years, it will always end in 2014. Okay, so this example I just went quickly through it here, explain it. You can download it from GitHub and like play with it and print like different file name. And if you want to download this file, I'm not downloading it here, I'm just like printing the file name, just like yeah, copy and paste this wget and make this download from and download to, and then you can download this file. Yeah, so this is the end of this tutorial. If you are not familiar like with Python, or like you're new to Python, here you can go to this Python cheat sheet. You will have like a lot of like quick access to what you would need. So you can, like, I have a link for this cheat sheet. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so go here. So this is like the link, this where you can get the data from, this where to how to install wget and the Python cheat sheets that I showed. Okay, so in next part of the tutorial, I will show how to do this for like a single model ensemble, like if the file name starts to vary in other components, then I will show how to do this for like a multi-model ensemble. Okay, so see you in the next video. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.